So Jenkins is one of the tool we are using for CI/CD purpose in our day to day. Okay, in the organizations for continuous CI/CD in the sense continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay, and also continuous delivery. CI/CD. There are three parts. Okay, continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment. And also we are used for the purpose of automation. Okay, so we'll do many automation uh, with respect to Jenkins. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so that is the purpose of Jenkins. Okay, so that will be used for continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay, also we will do the automation activities with respect to Jenkins. Okay, so it's a open source platform. Okay, so it's a open source, anyone can use it. Okay, so there is no extra money to pay for this Jenkins. Okay, it's open source platform, so we can host in anywhere. Like this will support for Windows, for Linux. Um, okay, so we can host anywhere. Okay, where we want we can host it. Okay, so there are few steps we need to follow to install. Okay, if you install that, if you follow that step, so the Jenkins will get installed. Okay, okay, so Jenkins is developed with the Java source code. Okay, it's completely developed with Java. Okay, so also Jenkins is majorly dependent on plugins. Okay, so if you are perform any operations, the plugins are mandatory. Okay, here with the plugins only this Jenkins will operate. Okay, clear. Okay, so developed with Java. What are the other things? Then plugins are mandate.
ಸರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Yeah, I'm just typing the things. Okay, I hope now this is visible, right? Plugins are mandate. Each and every operations. Okay, so we use for open source platform. Okay,
Sir, what is plugins, sir?
I'll let you know. Okay, so there are like supporting. We can say so. What we can say, a prerequisites like that. So there are plugins. Plugins are mandatory. Okay, now those also those plugins are and those will available in Java, like Jenkins itself. Okay, some of the plugins will available in Jenkins in the form of .hp. Okay, like we can see for Windows.exe and then .apk for Android like that. So in the form of .hp, the plugins are available. We'll come to know later what are the plugins, where those plugins will available. Okay, CI/CD and automation activity. Okay. Clear? So these are the main things we are going to do with the Jenkins. Okay. This will be developed with Java. Plugins are mandate. So for each and every operations. Okay. This is the open source platform. CACD and the automation activities we are using on daily basis. Okay. Clear with this? Okay. Fine. So now we'll see. Okay. So this is the Jenkins IO page. So here you can find everything on Jenkins. Okay. See what is Jenkins. Okay. It's an open source automation server which can be used to automate all sorts of tasks related to building, testing, and delivering or deploying software. Okay. So we can install this Jenkins as a package, Docker, or even standalone by any machine with a Java runtime environment. Okay. So as I said, it's completely developed with Java. So there is mandatory to install uh, to perform Jenkins operation. Okay. So if you go through this, so you will get additional information about Jenkins. Okay. So what I am providing, that is fair enough. You can follow the things. Okay. So then, okay. So now we can install. So here you can see we can install Jenkins through packages, Docker, or even standalone machines. Okay. So like that we can do it. But now we can install on packages. Okay. Through packages we can install. So there are like Docker concepts is also there. So you will come to know later what is Docker, and then so how we can do it. So you will come to know later. So now for now, this is fair enough. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm going to launch one AWS like Linux machine. Okay. I'll name it as a Jenkins. Ubuntu I will choose. Okay. Here I'll choose some. Okay. That is fair enough. 24.04. So here T2 micro instead of T2 micro, I'll go with T2 large. Okay. I'll go with the T2 large. So key pair, I'll choose. I think this will be available. Checking. So the PEM file is available. Okay. So I'm not going to do anything. Okay. Allow SSH traffic. Let it be. Okay. So I need to add one more port. Port. I'll show that later. Okay. So now only those things, these things I'll do it. Okay. Just I selected
Uh,
this
T2 large,
laptop.
it will comes under free tier, right, sir?
It's not under free tier.
Then what we can do for that? So we need to pay for it, right?
Yes, some cases that will get generated. So you guys can go with the T2 micro only. Okay. So like what will happen? So if you install some other packages, if you done some integration, so this won't work. So you choose for now. You can choose T2 micro. So if required later, so you can go with the you can upgrade. Okay, for T2 large. Okay, that time the bill will get generated. So we need to pay. Otherwise, so they will. They will block the instance. I mean, not an instance, the account. Okay, if you're not paid amount. So later you can create new account. So if they blocked, and then you use the things. Okay, not an issue. Try with T2 large only. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay. So clear. So only these things. I change the this instance type. So I choose the Ubuntu and then I provided the name. Choose the instance type and then keep here. So nothing I'm doing. So I'm just launching the instance. Okay. Okay. So SSH. You know this command, right? SSH hyphen I and then from file name Ubuntu at the rate the IP. Okay. Okay. Now our machine is ready. Here now we can install Jenkins. Okay. Documentation. Here you will get it. Okay. Blue and installing Jenkins. Okay. So okay. So these are the steps we need to follow. Please 1 minute. So yeah, okay. So this is the things we need to follow. Okay. So before that, we need to install Java. Okay. Just you can copy all the things and then run it. Okay. The installation process, you know, right? You did for some other components, I think so. Correct. So what I did, just I executed these commands. Okay, apt update, apt install, config openjdk, Java version I checked, openjdk. Okay, so these entire commands I executed. Okay, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so now we can install like all the commands I'm executing at a time. Openjdk. Okay, okay, so it's done. So installation is done. Okay, till this command we executed. You can we can see these commands we executed. Okay. So this in this way we done the installation. I will check the status now. Sudo systemctl Jenkins Jenkins service. Okay, so it's active and running. Okay, you can see the Jenkins is up and running. Clear, clear with the installation process. In this way, we can install Jenkins. So after this, what we need to do? So we need to hit in browser. Okay, Jenkins is ready, right? In our cases, the Jenkins is ready. Now we need to access that Jenkins. We installed in this server, right? In this Jenkins server, we installed. Now we can access that. So with this IP, with the public IP, and the port number is, okay, port number is 8080. 8080 is the default port for Jenkins. Okay, so we need to access this port. Okay, so if the URL is UI is working, then our installation will be successful and it's completed. It's not completed. Few other things we need to do in the UI level as well, but this we need to access. Now see, it's not accessing. Still, it's loading because see, we done. This is the server, right? So this is the server. Here we are not allowed the,
HTTPS.
we are not allowed this thing. What we call ports. Okay, inbound and outbound rules are there. Those we are not enabled. Okay, so here you can see the inbound rules. Okay, so we are not enabled. We enabled only 22 per hour. Okay, that is the reason it's not allowing. Okay, so you can see still it's loading. Now what we'll do, okay, edit inbound rules, add rule. I'll choose. So this we are not doing in organization. We are not going to choose all traffic. Okay, specific TCP or UDP ID we will choose custom TCP, custom UDP like that, and then we can access it. Okay, so but here for your understanding purpose, all traffic and then anywhere. So these rules I had it. Okay, and then I'm saving. You can see now. Now it was giving this error, right? So you can see now. So it's done. We added. Okay, see, automatically the page was refreshed, and then we can able to see the Jenkins page. Now, so here it's showing unlock Jenkins. Okay, so for this, what we need to do, we need to copy the initial admin password. We need to copy, and then we need to get it from the server itself. Okay, for that, copy that path and then go to the server, type sudo cat and then path. Okay, hit enter. You can able to find the password. Then paste the password here, give the continue. Okay, so then your server is ready. Okay, select suggested plugins. I mean, select install suggested plugins that you need to select. Able to connect Jenkins. Okay, these plugins will get default plugins will get installing. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this will ask username. Okay, admin username and admin password. Okay, you can provide your any name. Okay, email ID as well. Okay, So once you click on the save and finish, your server is ready to serve. This is your instance URL. Okay, start using Jenkins. Okay, this is Jenkins UI. Okay, so in this way we'll do the installation. Okay, clear with this? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we did. Okay, hello. Yeah. Okay, so we need to provide the path. What this is the path slash var lib Jenkins var lib. Okay, secrets. Okay, so with this we'll get it. So once you get the password, you need to enter the password and then you need to provide the admin username and password. Okay, so once you provide it, your Jenkins will be ready to serve. Okay, clear till now? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so this right? It's an open source platform. So we use for continuous integration and continuous deployment to build, test, and deploy the application. Okay. So this is developed with Java. The plugins are mandated for each and every operation. Okay. So if comes to Jenkins, this is the UI. Okay. So here we can see the user, which user currently we logged in. Okay. Currently I logged in with admin user, right? So admin user information we can able. Okay. Here this is the UI. So there is no jobs, right? So it's showing like this. If you have jobs, so if you created any jobs, you can able to see the jobs here. Okay, you will know later what we mean by jobs. Okay, see this is uh like build history, manage Jenkins, my view. Okay, this manage Jenkins is the admin. Okay, so who is having the admin access, those people only can able to see the manage Jenkins. Okay, so whatever the admin activities we can able to perform, we can able to perform here in the manage Jenkins. Okay, manage Jenkins in the sense, so you can consider, so that will be the root activity, admin activity. Okay, so if you go inside that manage Jenkins, we can able to see these kind of the stuffs. Okay, in the under the system configuration, so there are system tools, plugins, nodes, clouds, appearances. Okay, so these are the few other subcomponents under system configuration. Okay, system configuration, as the name indicates, this will be for calling the Jenkins and other tools. Okay, it's kind of configuration we can say. So under security, see, under manage Jenkins, there are few things. Okay, few sub components like system
Sir,
configuration,
how to install
security.
in Windows, sir?
So Windows, 1 minute. So here you can choose Windows. Okay. So these are the prerequisites we need to follow. 256 MB of RAM, 1 GB of drive space, 4 GB. Okay. So Java requirement. Okay. Browser compatibility. Everything we need to check it first. Okay. You can follow step one installation wizard. Okay. Okay. So here what you need to do, so you can go through this video. So he provided the link, how to, like, he will guide it. Okay, so first you can download the .exe file from here. Okay, okay, you can download it. So once you click on that exe file, okay, so like this, war file, windows. Okay, see, this will be downloading msi file. So don't try it, okay? You can follow the Linux itself, okay? So if you want to give a try, you can try it, okay? Try in your local machine, and then so when you are accessing, I mean in your Windows laptop, you can install it and then try with accessing localhost colon 8080, okay? Then you can able to like you can able to access the Jenkins.
Okay, sir. Before that, we need to install Java development kit, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, which version we have to go with that?
So
LTS.
any version, it's not mandate.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so you can install, better go with the default one.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Okay, so with this you can follow it. Okay, clear. Okay, fine. So you can follow that link. Okay, not installation in Jenkins. Sorry, Windows. So I'm not tried any. I'm not tried in past. Okay, so you can try. So you can follow the link. Okay, you will come to know how we can do it. How we can install that.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
so here, so if comes to manage Jenkins, as I said, subcomponents like system configuration, security, status information, troubleshooting, and tools and options. Okay, these are the five components are there, but majorly we need system configuration and security. These are very important, and in day to day we are using the same. Okay, so these two components, system configuration and security. So I'll let you know tools and options. So reload configuration, Jenkins CLI, script console. Okay, so prepare for shutdown. Okay, so these activities will be these activities are not regular. Okay, these are the irregular activities. So when we facing major issues, so we are going to perform these activities. Okay, like I mean, as the name indicates, reload the configuration from disk. So I mean, the entire configuration will get reloaded. Okay, so from we need to, after this click, we need to do some reconfiguration. Okay, so this CLI, so Jenkins CLI, to start and stop the things, we need this CLI. Okay, so this command, for enabling command, see if you click on this, so we can able to access through the command CLI. Okay, so the guidelines will be we can able to see here. See in the console, to build it. So what will be the command? Okay, you can see java-jar Jenkins CLI jar. Okay, build at the job name. Okay, like that we need to CLI information, the commands which we required. So those information we can able to see here. Okay, so this kind of documentation, Jenkins CLI. So in older version, this won't be available. In the latest version, this they added this. Okay, so all the information about the jobs. I mean, in the CLI, how we can manage that information we can able to see here. Okay, this script console. So has the name indicate script console. So when we are performing some kind of the operation, so then in the back end, some of the like this. See, this some of the scripts we need to allow. Okay, so like when you're working with the JSON JSON slapper and like that, there will be some kind of the plugins. So mandates we need to allow it. Okay, so those kind of scripts, okay, those with the form of Jenkins itself for operations, like for enabling the JSON formats, JSON parser. So if you are to deal with the groovy codes, okay, so those times, so we required some of the additional scripts. Okay, so those, it's kind of admin work. Okay, so no need to more, just we need to allow it. Okay, automatically the script will get generated when you perform some kind of the operation. We need to select and then we need to run it. Okay, that's all. Okay, no need to worry about this part. Okay, so this prepare for shutdown. So we need to stop new builds and then so we need to stop. I mean, so we are not allowing any new builds. Okay, so and then so what has the name indicates. So we are going to preparing this particular Jenkins for shutdown. So this is not allowing the any new builds. Okay, the current builds are to be completed. So once the current running jobs will get completed, the jobs will get, I mean, Jenkins will get shut down. So for that, we require this operation. See, this total section, this we are not using on day to day. Okay. So Jenkins CLI. So this is also only admin can do it. So this part only admin can do it. Okay. See, this prepare shutdown, reload configuration, Jenkins, each kind of guide. Okay, guidance. Okay, documentation page. Okay, script console. So we are allowing the scripts. Okay, so manage whole data. So troubleshooting. So if you want to remove whole data and keep the new data, so for that management, this option is there. Okay, this is kind of an option. Okay, see this status information. This will provide the information about our Jenkins. Okay, system information, system log, load statistics about Jenkins. Okay, so this will the information. Okay, about our Jenkins. Okay, how many? I mean, when, what was the version? Okay, all the information. Here we can find the logs. Okay, load. So the load statistics, as the name indicates. So on the time basis, it will show the graph. So how much load, like at what time the builds are high, what time the builds are low, how much CPU it will take. So those, that information you can able to see here. About Jenkins, the version and all, you can able to see the version, license and all. Okay, so these are like some of the information about the Jenkins, manage Jenkins components. Okay, so if comes to here, the security and then system configuration, these are very important, and regular basis where we need to know about these two components. Okay, these are very important. Okay, so here this, under the system configuration, there is a option called system, component called system. Okay, in this system you can able to see, so any kind of the configuration. Okay, configuration we can able to do it here. Okay, see here the home directory. What was the home directory for this Jenkins? This is the home. Okay, if you want to change it, we can change it. Okay, clear, clear with this.
Yes, sir.
So in this way, so system message, we can set up the message. Okay, here executors in the sense, so how many jobs we can execute at a time? We can execute two jobs at a time. Okay, I mean on a, on like nodes, on a single load nodes, we can execute the two jobs at a time. Okay, if you have 10 nodes, so you can execute 10 into 2, 20 jobs at a time. Okay, label, you will come to know later what was the labels, why we require the labels. Okay, okay, so this information will come to know later. Label, usage, quiet period. Okay, SCM checkout. Okay, Jenkins URL, restrict project. Okay, so this Jenkins location, so this will indicates the URL. Okay, Jenkins URL, this we can able to see here. So this is the Jenkins URL, right? You can see here 18.188.232.103.80. Okay, this is the Jenkins URL. Okay, so email address, you can add the email address. Okay, so global properties. Okay, like these kind of the information you can able to, we can set up HTTP proxy. Okay, so GitHub, we can add the GitHubs, enterprise GitHub, we can add it. Okay. So all the configuration we can do it. See, extend email notification. See, these we can able to see, right? So these, the plugins defaultly available. So we can able to see here. Okay, so we installed some suggested plugins, right? With those we can able to see this configuration. Okay, so we can configure email notification. Okay, we add the SMTP server. So with this SMTP server, we can able to send the emails. Okay, from the Jenkins. Okay, so any configuration we are doing here itself. Okay, see, these are the configuration related stuff. All the configuration. If let's assume, so there are few tools, right? Let's assume SonarQube is one of the tool that is we are used um, for the purpose of checking the quality of source code, right? So that we are going to integrate with the Jenkins, because so with that tool we are getting the information. I mean, so that is part of CACD activity. Okay, so when you're performing CACD, Jenkins is mandatory to scan or analyze the quality of the source code. So that we need to, if you're performing the CACD activity in the Jenkins itself, so that in that case we need to integrate the SonarQube in the Jenkins itself. In that case, we need to install the plugins, and then we need to do the configuration here itself. Okay, in the under the system, under the manage Jenkins, under the system, we can able to see the options. So okay, so that you will come to know later. For just for your understanding purpose, I have explained. Okay, So any configuration where we will perform here itself under the system. Okay. So tools. So there are few tools are there, right? I mean, so let's assume we have Maven, right? Maven is one of the built, right? So you can see Maven one. I'll configure. Okay. I'm just giving the example. Okay. So Maven one done right here. I added Maven one. Okay. So if you want to add one more Maven, you can provide any name. Okay. So with a different version. Earlier I given 3.9.7. Now I give 3.9.0. Okay. I need two Mavens. Okay. So I can provide Maven 2. Maven 1 3.9.7. Maven 2 version 3.9.0. Like that, there are any tool. So we can integrate here. We can install the plugins. Okay. The respective configuration will be displayed here, so we can do it. We can do the configuration, and at the time of job execution, at the time of build, so we can choose the respective version, okay, by providing the name. Okay, in this way we'll do it. Okay, so configuration of tools will use this. Okay, clear this. See, this will see the demo later. Okay, now just I'm explaining. So we'll see the demo, why, how we are configuring. So what are the things we'll do it. Okay, everything we can able to see it. Okay. So as I said, plugins, right? So plugins. Okay, you can see here there is no updates. So these are core of Jenkins, we can say. So without plugins, we can't do any operation. Got it? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
Yes, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ.
ಎಸ್. ಕಿಶೋರ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ್ಸ್
ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಈಗ?
ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪ್ರೊಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾತಾಡಿ.
ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಜೆನ್ಕಿನ್ಸ್ ನ?
See, Jenkins for CI/CD operations. In one word, we can say.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ CI/CD ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್?
See, ನಾವು ಈಗ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಮನೆ ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ನೀವು ಏನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಕೆಚ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮನೆ ಕಲಿತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಓಕೆ, CI/CD ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ಕಾರ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇದು ಬ್ರೌಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೆಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬ್ರೌಸರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ವೆಬ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಗಿದೆ, iOS ಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ತರ ಇಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ವೆಬ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ. ಸೊ ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಸೊ ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ನಾವು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಫೀಚರ್, ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದೆ, ಇದೆರಡು ನನಗೆ ಬೇಡ, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಬೇಡ, ನಾನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ? ಎನಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಬೇಡ. ಸೊ ಸೊ ಇದೊಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನೀವು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಒನ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಟಾಪ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್, ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫರ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್, ಟಿವಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲಯನ್ಸಸ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ UI ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಏನ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಸರ್, UX/UI ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೋಡ್ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಮ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಇರತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಹೋಮ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ನೇವಿಗೇಷನ್ ಇದು ಇರತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಫುಟರು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್,
ಓಕೆ, ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ.
ಈ ತರ
UI UX ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್?
So that's what we will be going to build the front end part of the application.
Yes, Narayan.
Am I audible, sir?
Narayan, I can't hear you.
So that's what just we will be going to build the front end, and based upon the design.
Are you facing the same issue with the Narayan?
No, sir. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಾರಾಯಣ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು?
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸರ್? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಓಕೆ,
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಅದೇ. ಹಲೋ.
Yes, yes.
Wait, bro.
Narayan?
Yes, sir. So front end build ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಸರ್, ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಥರ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ QA ಟೀಮು. ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೆಲಿವರ್ ಟು ದಿ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್.
Okay. Is this fine? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Narayan. Please continue.
Yes, sir. That's what. So we have to, based upon the UX/UI design, so we will be building the front end part first. So if it is required for backend, then also we will build for backend. Then everything
Okay.
is done by development team. So then the development team, the whole source file is pushed to the master, like in the GitHub.
Okay.
From that GitHub master, from the main branch. Then from the main branch we have to push the it will pull the all the now
Fine. No worries. Ignore that GitHub part. Okay, you will put the
Okay.
code to GitHub.
So,
Okay.
yes.
So once your code is ready with the GitHub, what will be the next step?
Next step will be the we have to it will be like a CI/CD process. ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ನಮ್ ಡೆವಾಪ್ಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ಗೆ ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಆ ಫೈಲ್ ಅನ್ನ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು GitHub ಗೆ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಸೊ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ನೀವು ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಆ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಯ್ತು
ಸರ್? ಅದೇ ಸರ್, web application, sir. Like
A web
kind of,
application.
sir.
Okay. So web application. Okay. So ಯಾವ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ? So ಹೇಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು?
So that's what, sir. We will be converting that into file, right? So that's what.
Okay.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫೈಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಫೈಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ.
No.
That is called as a
Wait,
like
wait, wait.
we
I
can
will
call this.
explain. Okay.
Okay.
See, let's assume okay. So Flipkart is your requirement. Okay. Flipkart application. Okay. Example. Okay. This is your requirement, right? So this is your requirement. So
Yes.
what we need to do? So ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ಕಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೋಡ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, there is website. Source code. Okay, so source code, this will be developed by developer. Okay, so for front end, back end, everything will be included here. Front end, back end, okay, UI UX design, everything, every configuration will be done by developers, right? This will be done by developers.
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಎ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೈಪ್ ದಿಸ್.
Sorry, not over. I'm using third tool. Okay, Flipkart. So this application we want to develop now. And now, so this is the requirement you have now. So there will be like one thing. So source code we require now. Okay, source code we require. Okay, source code. Source code. Okay, we require. Okay, source code will be developed by the developers. Okay, developers, that includes, okay, so developer will responsible for developing the source code, alva?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, developer will responsible for developing the source code. So in that source code, so what are the things included? See here, front end, back end, okay, so and then if there are UI / UX, if required, UI UX design required, middleware, okay,
Database.
so all the things will be included in this source code component, right? Correct. So this will be done by developers. Correct. Developers will be responsible for this development of source code for front end, back end, design, middleware. Everything will be done by the developers. Correct. Once the source code is ready, we will push, as I said, um, so push this to GitHub. Correct. In the GitHub, we'll have the source code. GitHub. Okay. In the GitHub, you will get the source code. Correct. So this will contains, GitHub will contains the entire source code. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನು ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ಕಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೋಡ್ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಗಿಟ್ಹಬ್ಗೆ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ಕೋಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕೋಡ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನ, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಕೋಡ್ ಟು
ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವರ್,
ಕೋಡ್ ಟು ಲೈಕ್ .exe. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್, ವೆಬ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, .exe ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, .apk ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ DMG ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ based on our source code. So for that we'll call it as the build process. So we need to build it. Okay, build, and then so once you build it, so example so ಒಂದು ಜಾವಾ ಒಂದು ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಡೆವಲಪ್, ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ನ ನೀವು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, .exe ಫೈಲ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಾನೆ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
.exe ಫೈಲ್ ಬೇಕು. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಅದು ಲಿನಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್.
ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ, ಇದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದೊಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ DMG. ಓಕೆ, DMG ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಬರೋ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಟೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಗಿಟಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು SCM, ಓಕೆ, SCM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಂಪೈಲ್ CI activity in DevOps will called CI integration.
Okay sir, okay.
Will called. Okay, there are many build tools available. Okay, Windows ಗೆ separate build tools ಇದೆ, Linux ಅಲ್ಲಿ separate build tools ಇದೆ. I mean Linux in the sense, so there are source codes, right, based on the source code. So ಅದು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Windows in the sense, ಸೊ C# ನಾವು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, C# ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ MS ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಜಾವಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಮೇವನ್ ಓಕೆ ಅದು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಸೊ ಗ್ರಾಡಲ್ ಇದೆ ಎನ್ ಪಿ ಎಂ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ build tools in DevOps. Okay, Gradle. Okay, Maven, build tools. Okay, fine. So Gradle ಇದೆ ಎನ್ ಪಿ ಎಂ ಇದೆ ಜಾವಾ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಮೇವನ್ okay so there are many build tools are there okay based on the requirement we'll choose the build tool okay so once we're done with the build process what will be the next step we need to store the generated I mean so they have this binary right binary we'll call once our source code is ready that we called as a binary okay so Flipkart as well so WhatsApp web is there okay similarly Flipkart is there right Flipkart
Yes, sir.
application is also available okay Flipkart for iOS you can choose it you can type it okay you will get the DMG file okay so those are the binaries we can say so
Okay.
binaries in the sense the once we done with the build process the binaries will get generated those binaries those product will be called as the binaries those will store somewhere okay
Yes, sir.
so like as per the requirement in the organization we will store it but in for WhatsApp and then Flipkart those they will store it right they will store for WhatsApp they will for Android they will store in the Play Store okay they will update in the Play Store for iOS they will
App Store.
they will store
App.
in the App Store right similarly so if it is UI I mean website so they might store features correct similarly so in the organizations so what we'll do so see these are available for public correct for public you ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ನಮ್ದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಬೈನರೀಸ್ ನ ನಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರೆಪೋಸಿಟರೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೆಲವು ಟೂಲ್ ನೆಕ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ ಸೊ ಆ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಎಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಓಕೆ ಬೈನರೀಸ್ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಜೇಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸಸ್ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಜರ್ಲಿ ಜೇಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜೇಫ್ರಾಗ್ ನೆಕ್ಸಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ upload binary to JFrog we can say okay so JFrog so JFrog ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು so that's depends completely depends build process so once you're done with the build process we can upload the binaries to JFrog so once you're done with this you can your application is ready to serve you can deploy in the sense depends on the requirement we will so now in our cases so I have the binary okay I download it to my local okay now if I want to deploy in the sense if I run here it will be application will be running that we call as a deployment right deploying the WhatsApp application on my local Mac machine alva correct alva artha agtidiyalva
Yes, sir.
similarly Flipkart ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ಕಾರ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಐಫೋನ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಐಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಆಪಲ್ ಸಾರಿ ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ನನ್ನ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೈ in some other I mean, if you want to deploy in any one of the server, okay, so we'll follow the steps, we need to follow the deployment process, and then we deploy it. Okay, similarly, so if you want to deploy in as a cluster, so we'll do the deployment in cluster. Okay, that completely depends. Okay, so but for your understanding purpose, you can know about these steps. Okay, build process, upload, store, or you can say store. Okay, store binaries to JFrog and then deploy. These are the main components. Okay, till now will be done by the developer. This is also developer. Okay, so here if comes to DevOps, okay, this will be done by DevOps. Okay, so once you're done with this, I will explain. Okay, testing. Okay, so this is the process. Okay, ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಸ್ ಗಿಟ್ಹಬ್ಗೆ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅನಲೈಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಕೆಲಸ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಡೆಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವರು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್, ಮೇಜರ್ ಫ್ಲೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
Yes, sir.
ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ CI/CD ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, CI/CD. ಓಕೆ, CI/CD ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, CI/CD ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೊ ಏನೇನು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, CI/CD ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್?
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನ ಸೊ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನ CI/CD, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆಸ್ ದ CI/CD. ಸೊ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ CI/CD. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಜೆಂಕಿನ್ಸನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಯಾವುದು?
ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜೆಂಕಿನ್ಸನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Jenkins is one of the tool. Okay, it's not in the build process. I mean, so build process in the sense, so there are couple of build tools are there. For Java, there is a separate build tool. For Node, there is a separate build tool. For Android source code, there is a separate build tool. iOS, there is a separate build tool. Okay, you can see here. Source code, so for building the Android,
Yes sir.
so there are few components are there, a few tools are there. We need to go with those tools. Okay, so we can grad with the Gradle, we can build it. Okay, so that's completely depends. Okay, no need to worry about the build tool. Okay, developer will give the guidance which version we need to use, which build tool we need to use, but we need to install and then we need to use the particular build tool in our CI/CD process. Okay,
Oh.
so they will give the details, complete details, which build tool you need to use, which version of the build tool you need to use it. Okay, like that they will provide. So once you're done with the building the source code, you need to upload that build binary to the JFrog or any other platform. Okay, later you can deploy. That process we called as a CI/CD process. So once you're done with that deployment, the testing team will come into picture. They will start doing the tests. Okay.
ಸರಿ ಸರ್ ಓಕೆ.
Okay. So ಇದು process, ಇದು DevOps complete activity ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು one for one application. So in between ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so there are many come into picture. Okay. So infrastructure related. Okay. So infrastructure, I mean infrastructure in the sense servers. So who is responsible for configuring the servers? Who is responsible for maintaining those servers? And we need to responsible for, like, the entire DevOps team is responsible for creating the servers. Okay, infrastructure. Okay, infrastructure in the sense the complete end to end. So from year to year. Okay, in between, from developer source code to testing team. So the application should work right. The application should be hosted. The application should be secured. Everything will be come under DevOps activity. Okay, the complete we need to do securities as well. I mean, there is a separate team nowadays in the organizations. No need to worry about the security stuffs. So we need to take care of that as well. I mean, few things like, so if comes to AWS, there is a VPC, right? So VPC, so there we need to where we need to host, we need to use public subnet or private subnet. You will come to know what you mean by public subnet, private subnet when we are dealing with AWS classes. That time you will come to know. Okay, for now, see the entire process from the infrastructure. Okay, so ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ. ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನು ನಿಮ್ ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಆ ಫೋನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಆಪಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ನ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ರನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನಾವೇ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಆರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್. ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, so that you will come to know later. So how we can do it, what all the things will come there. Okay, the complete process ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So later. Okay, till now it's clear ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ?
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಫೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಟಿಲ್ ನೌ? ಸೊ ಇದು ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು Jenkins, so there are many tools. So system of tools ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಿನ ಲೈಕ್ ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಈಗ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಎನಿ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್, ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. Okay, so if you like here in the tools sections also will dealing with the tools in the sense Maven is one of the tool, Ant is one of the tool. These are the tools. Okay, so here also if you want multiple versions, see Docker is one of the tool, right? One of the tool we can integrate Docker here. Okay, for the particular version or particular hosted machine. But if you want multiple versions, we can configure here. Okay, so similarly Ansible, so ನೀವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ವರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಗಿನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, but Jeng Sonar Cube is one of the tool. JFrog is one of the tool. But those we need, those tools we hosted somewhere, right? Those are already hosted. But these Maven, Ant, Ansible, Docker, these we are configuring here. Okay, with the plugins we are configuring. But Sonar Cube we can't configure here. Configure in the sense, so the particular version we need to host somewhere and then we need to integrate that. Okay, so that those kind of integration we'll do here. Configuration related we can do it here. Okay, the plugins, see ಇದೆರಡು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಈಗ. ಸೊ ಲೇಟರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಒನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ CI/CD ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ plugins we can manage here. Okay, so here in the available sections you can see here in the left side the available plugins. These are the available plugins, I mean already installed plugins. Okay, we clicked on the install suggested plugins, right? So with that option these plugins are installed. Okay, sorry, not installed plugins. Okay, these plugins are installed plugins. Okay, these are the plugins. Okay, we already installed. So these plugins which are available in our Jenkins. Okay, if you want we can install it. Okay, that's completely depends as per the requirement, we'll do it. Okay, this advanced we can install the external plugins as well here. Okay, so in the advanced section you can choose the files and then you can install it. So we'll found the plugins here. Plugins in Jenkins. Okay, in this website not this. Okay, this is the website. So you can see here there are many plugins available for Jenkins. Okay, if you want any plugin, okay, you can search here. Okay, there are thousands of plugins available. Okay, for respective options we they develop the plugins. Okay, so you can copy this I mean so for GitHub APIs. Okay, so see here for GitHub only there are many there are many plugins are there. Okay, you can see here. So example, okay, I choose for GitHub. Okay, so which one I want, you can choose the version and then just click on this. This is for latest one. Okay, just click on the things, the plugins will get downloaded. Okay, the plugin has been in the HPA format, the plugin has been downloaded. Okay, here. Okay, if you want to install this external plugin in the Jenkins, you may this option. Here it is. Yeah, here. So in the advanced you can choose a file and then we need to go for where it is available and then deploy. Okay, with this we can do it. Okay, clear with this.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
so in this way the plugins will be managed. So any plugins if you want, you can keep this URL for your reference. Okay, this URL for your reference will be helpful. Okay, so in this way we'll manage the plugins. Clear? So nodes. So I'll show you later how we can add the nodes. I mean, see. So currently we have one server, right? We have one server. So with this server only, in that server, I mean, we have only one master server. In the master server, we installed it. So there is no nodes added. I mean, external agents, we are not added it, right? So if you want to add external agents, so we can add here. Okay. So because in the organizations, so Jenkins will be used by the many of the peoples, right? So I'll tell you 1 minute meeting calls. Sorry guys. Okay. So clear alva till now. Okay. So nodes. Okay. So in organizations, so with the single node we can't manage. So at a time we can execute only 2 jobs. Okay. But so in the organization many peoples are using, right? So so in that case we can't manage. Okay. So the Jenkins will be uh, the people will fed up, right? So they're not ready to wait in the organizations. Okay. So that reason, so we will add the nodes. Okay. In my like in my last organization. Okay. So there are more than 100 agents we added. Okay. So similarly like this, so in like one server is there, right? This is master server. Okay. So agents, so the agents, so we added more than 100 agents we added. Okay. So more than 100 agents. Okay. So in each and every agents there are 2 jobs are running at a time. 2 jobs. Okay. Defaultly we allow 2 jobs per agent. Okay. So at a time there are 2 jobs will be running on the particular agent. Okay. So in that way we come my last organization. Okay. Because so I work for Rakuten. So there are many vendors. Okay. Thousands of the peoples are using our Jenkins. So that is the reason. So we added more servers. Okay. More agents. Okay. So depends on the requirements we will add. Usually in the organization minimum 20 to 30. In normal operation, normal organizations, mid-level projects, mid-level organizations, minimum 20 to 25 agents will be added. Okay. Clear? Nodes. Okay. This I will show you how we can add the nodes in the later class. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these clouds, so we can see for clouds we need to install the plugin. So this are not required for you guys. Here we configure the Kubernetes. Okay. So so what we have the nodes, right? The master node. So like I said, the nodes, right? Nodes are there. Nodes will add, right? Instead of nodes, we configure the okay. Kubernetes will configure. So with that, the Kubernetes will be responsible for creating the pods. On top of that pods, the jobs will be executed. Okay. So this we are not going to do. Okay. Right now, appearances just for its kind of look. Okay. this security will continue to grow. Okay, so there are few things I will explain tomorrow how we can do it security related stuff. So till now it's clear, right? System, tools, plugins, nodes, these four things.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we have more tools like GitHub Actions and all, right, sir? So we can use that also, right? Why we are
Yes.
using Jenkins?
See,
And
see, we have many CI/CD tools like Bamboo is there, Jenkins, Git, GitHub Actions, GitLab. Okay, so like Azure DevOps. Okay, there are many tools are there, but in the market, in the industry, majority in the sense. So out of the companies, so 70 companies, 60 to 70 organizations are going with Jenkins. Okay, that is the reason we choose on the Jenkins.
even now also they are using Jenkins, sir.
Yeah, many of the organizations are going with the Jenkins.
But sometimes if you go with the Google and some blogs and all, they are telling that it is like kind of a legacy tool, right?
Sorry, kind of
Legacy tools. So
Jenkins.
like Puppet
Mhm.
is the oldest tool, like that only it will be
See,
considered as a.
it's the oldest. I can agree with the Jenkins is the oldest tool, but the thing is, majority of the people are using the Jenkins, and most of the things we can easily achieve it. Okay, and it's a kind of open source. Okay, majorly the organizations majorly concentrate on budget, right? So few of the organizations, see, some small organizations, they will go, see, in the AWS as well there are many options. There are code pipeline is there, code build, code commit, so they will charge more. Okay, so if it is small organization, they are doing for one project. So if the activities will be happening 2 months, 3 months into in a once, that time they will go with these kind of the GitLab is also fine. Okay, GitLab,
Suppose
Azure
like
DevOps.
if the project is too small, like a small scale, so it will be
Mhm.
a very feasible tool for us, right? So
Correct. But in the case of big organizations, so they will go with the Jenkins only. See, I am the example. So till now, so Rakuten, I work for Rakuten. Rakuten, you are right. Rakuten is one of the leading telecom and e-commerce organization in the Japan. Okay, so they have their many branches in India as well. Okay, so they are completely into Jenkins. Okay, so for, see, in AWS code commit, code pipeline is there, right? For each and every trick they need to pay it. Okay, so that kind of the billing they can't afford. I mean, they can, but that is unwanted, unnecessary expenses. Okay, so that is the reason. So the people, so here you can, if you done the configuration, if you set up the Jenkins, so if you have the proper resources, you can use as much as possible. Okay, there is no charges, will get the support as well. So that is the reason the peoples will go with the Jenkins. Okay, clear.
yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
most of the people are going with the Jenkins only nowadays. In the interviews as well, they will go with the Jenkins. Okay, clear. So
Yes,
this
sir.
part is clear, right? System configuration. Any doubts with respect to this?
No,
Okay, please go through the things. Okay, and practice. So if you have any doubts, you can reach me. I'll give this screenshot. Okay. Okay, fine. We'll
Sir,
continue
can you
tomorrow.
set the steps for installation?
Yeah, I'll share this document. I'll share this document. So here we have the installation steps, so you can follow the things. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.